Assalamu alaikum. So 3 days ago it was reported that the Israeli rescue team known as Zaka, who had gone over to Turkey for the sole purpose of locating and rescuing survivors, had smuggled centuries-old book, the Book of Esther, scrolls from under the ruins in Antakya. So the reports claim that a local resident had handed over these scrolls to the Israeli commander in charge. Now, instead of the commander handing it back to the person responsible, or the rightful owner, or pass it to the local governor, he thought it would be best to take it back to Israel, thinking that he'd get a hero's welcome.
Hey look guys, I went on a rescue mission to find humans. Instead, I rescued one of our oldest historic books.
You can't make this up. And now, for all the good work that the Israeli rescue team have done now, is going to be undermined by this most ridiculous act. And whatever trust or lack of trust that the Turkish government would have had towards the Israeli government will now have decreased severely. And now this is going to have a knock-on effect on all the other nations that have provided help and support to the Turkish government. They'll be monitored. Extra security checks will be taking place at the airport to make sure nothing valuable is stolen from the Turkish people. All because of this ridiculous stunt. Now, where have we seen this before? The colonialists. They went, they saw, they pillaged, they looted people, nations of all the resources. And only recently we saw this with the Iraq War, where they went under the guise of weapons of mass destruction. Did they find anything? No. Did they return all the natural resources that they were stolen under the guise of weapons of mass destruction, which they didn't find? No. Now, thankfully, the Israeli government saw sense and returned these items. And that was only because of the condemnation, the backlash, and the warnings that they received from within the Turkish Jewish community there. I'd like to finish with a very fitting verse from the Quran where Allah says, "O you who believe, do not take the disbelievers as allies and protectors instead of the believers. Do you want to offer God clear proof against you?" I'm going to leave that verse with you to ponder upon the wisdom behind it. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.